everyone. I'm Ms. Chirac. I'm the Dean of College and Career Success for HSI Katy, and today I'm here to share the updated schedule with you. So I'm going to start with the bell schedule. This is what all of the timings for the day will look like. The homeroom will be used if and when students are returning to campus for face-to-face instruction. So you will not have it as long as we're doing online learning. So your schedule will start with lesson 0. You may or may not have classes assigned to you during the 0 period. It will be used for tutorials, ESL, GT, other small group classes. So the main schedule for the day will start at 9 o'clock with lesson 1. Lessons 1 through 5 will be live class times for your core classes plus your lab time. They may or may not appear in this order. So the lab time is very likely not going to be the last one of the day. It's going to be given at some point between that 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock time. So each class will start on the hour. There's a 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock is for lunch, 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock classes. Then at 3, there's another time that will be used for small group things. It could, again, be tutorials, ESL, GT. You may use it for independent study, for working on homework. It will be a little bit more flexible than the other class times. Okay, so that's the bell schedule. Then the basics of the schedule, students are going to have between 6 to 8 classes. For the majority of students, it will be 6 classes. We wanted to keep it to the essentials as long as we're doing online learning to make sure everyone had a really strong foundation in the basics, the things that you have to have. So we limited it a little bit more than we normally would. Your classes will have live meeting times daily. Some classes may not meet every single day. I will have examples grade level by grade levels to give you a better idea of what that's going to look like. And then again, the beginning and end of the day will be used for things like ESL, GT, tutorials, potentially clubs. Okay, here is a 6th and 7th grade example schedule. So we've got English, math, science, social studies, then PE, music, foreign language, and technology. All of these things are required for middle school students in order to sort of balance everything that you have to have. You'll have science for 3 days a week, PE once, music once, social studies 3 days a week, foreign language once, technology once. Those are not necessarily going to be in the order or in the day order that you see here. This one's just a sample. 8th grade is very similar, except their science class is meeting 5 days a week and their social studies class is meeting 5 days a week. Their foreign language is meeting 3 days a week, and I'd like to take this time to point out to our 8th grade students and parents that your foreign language class in 8th grade is a high school credit class. You are receiving credit towards graduation. It will appear on your transcript. It will go to colleges with the grade that you got, so please do your best. They will also have technology, PE, fine arts once a week. Okay, and 9th and 10th grade, it starts to get a little bit more complex. They'll have English, math, science, social studies. They will have their foreign language class 2 days a week with this note over here saying Friday return the work. You will be assigned additional work outside of the live class meeting time to make up for the normal time requirement that you would have to receive credit for the class. Then they will have an elective 3 days a week. For most students, that's going to be their pathway elective. So most of our students have selected an endorsement such as biomedical, engineering, computer science, where they're taking a series of 4 classes in that subject over the 4 years of high school. You have to start with that class in 9th grade to be able to complete the 4 years. So you'll have that elective. If you had selected and qualified for a dual credit class in 9th or 10th grade, we have enrolled you in that class. but it is a little bit of an exception. The central office felt very strongly that they wanted students to be scheduled for 6 credits only. So the 7th credit is an exception. Our advanced academics committee for the campus made the decision that students who had already qualified for and already signed up for dual credit should be allowed to proceed with that dual credit. If you have any questions or concerns about that, please reach out to me. 11th and 12th grade, you guys have a little bit more flexibility, and we're trusting you a little bit more to manage your time, and so you can have additional credits in 11th and 12th grade. You'll have your 4 core. Then this elective, I want to point out this note over here means that this could actually be 2 electives. So during one period, you may have like 2 days a week, you may take PE, and then 2 days a week, you may take sociology. And then for each class, you would be assigned additional work that you would have to do on your own time outside of the live class time, and turn that in each week to make sure you're completing the time requirement for each class, but you would be receiving credit for both. Same thing is true in the 6th period. If it is an AP class, those are scheduled to be 5 days a week live. We want to make sure all of our AP students have time to cover all of the material to make sure that they're going to be successful on their AP exams. So again, if you have questions or concerns about this, please reach out. Then let me talk about schedule changes. So our high school students can request changes as they like because their classes are already given by request, like they're already selecting their classes. They do have graduation requirements that they have to have, but other than that, they're free to choose. So we have a schedule change request form. In past years, that was a paper form. For this year, it is a Google form. It's already been shared with our high school students multiple times since May, so I did not include the link here. You've received it in your email or check your school links messages. You have it. If you're a brand new student, potentially maybe you don't have it, so reach out if that's the case. If you need any sort of schedule change, you do need to use that form. Please don't just email asking for the change. We need you to fill it out on the form because we need to be able to keep track of what was changed. And counselors may make changes not based on student requests if we find that they have failed something that they need to make up, or if they have graduation requirements that they haven't met. So if you're looking at your schedule and you're like, what is this class? Why do I have it? And you're not sure, this would be the first 2 things to check. If you've looked at both of those and feel like that doesn't match up, please reach out, but consider these things first. Okay, and schedule changes do have a time limit. To receive credit for their classes, students have to be present for 90% of the time that the class meets. That remains true during online learning. Attendance is extremely important, or you may not receive credit. So your ability to make a change is limited by this 90% rule, because if you change after that point, you're not present for 90% of the time that the new class is meeting, and therefore you're not able to receive credit. So the deadline for the year for making schedule changes will be September 4th. So please, high school students, make note of that. Please do not wait to request a change because it may be denied because it's simply too late. Okay, so that is a quick overview of what schedules will look like for the year. You should be able to see your schedule in Skyward. You may see things that look like an error. You may see things shift around. We are still going through and checking student by student to make sure that schedules are complete and accurate. If you have concerns, please do reach out. And I hope everyone has a safe and successful school year. Thank you.